Hi everyone, welcome to my new mini course series, Big Band Chord Soloing. Across the next 3 videos, we're going to be looking at different ways we can use shell voicings and different harmonies of single notes to create big band styled jazz guitar chord solos. When I say that, think of chord solos along the lines of Barney Kessel and Garland, and think of the big band shout chorus sounds of Count Basie and Duke Ellington. This is what we're after. If you haven't seen the intro video to this series, I highly recommend you go check it out. It covers me playing a B-flat blues, which is what we're going to be sitting in for the next 3 videos. And I use different ideas, moving around chords in chromatic half steps, as well as chromatic whole step movements, meaning connecting, one chord to the other like this in a chromatic movement. I also talk about using the diminished 7th chord and a lot of ways you can use that and get a lot of mileage out of it. We're going to be using all those. I'm not going to break them down in the next 3 videos because I've already done that. If you would like to follow along in PDF and tab and standard notation of what I'm going to cover in the next 3 videos, click the link in the description below, and there's a $15 PDF that has all the stuff notated out with the correct fingerings and chord diagrams and charts, so you can follow right along and study at your own pace. So with all that, let's get playing. So we're going to be focusing on the B-flat blues, like I said. And we're going to be talking primarily today about how you can utilize diminished and half diminished chords to harmonize single notes. So if I was just playing like a basic blues, I kind of have 2 ideas in my mind. I've kind of got like the more swing era major sound, think Charlie Christian, Lester Young, and then I've got more of the kind of minor sound, right? Think later kind of bebop, Kenny Burrell. Barney Kessel uses it some, and Wes Montgomery, and those more of kind of sounds. So in my kind of idea of the more major kind of early swing, I've got sounds like this. Right? And then more of my minor, I've got more sounds like that. So if I just take a little piece of this, and if you're following along the PDF, you can look around, just take the top note of those first 5 chords, and I have F, G, B flat, C, D flat. Now I'm going to harmonize those notes with diminished chords. So I'm going to choose a half diminished chord for the F. So if you're familiar with T-Bone Walker or Charlie Christian, anything like that, it's just that chord grip. And again, I've covered this in the past videos of what that chord grip is, so I'm not going to break it down too much here. So I use that chord grip for the F, and then when I go to my next note, the G, I use the same chord grip again. I know there is an E in there, and that's not in the key of B flat, but it's going to happen so quick, no one's going to know. Okay? Now I've got B flat, C, and D flat. So what we're going to do here is use these diminished chords, these fully diminished chords for this. So we've got G flat, F, E, and B flat for the B flat. It's literally just the same fingerings. We have C and D flat. So all together I have okay? Now the next kind of more minor blues sound is connected up here. Right? So I'm going to do the same ideas. I'm going to come up to the B flat here. I've got my diminished chord shape. I'm going to come to the D flat, again chromatic D, to the E flat, to the E, and to the F. Okay? So if I put it all together like in the PDF what it says, I'm going to go top note voicing F, G, B flat, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F. I got all my notes. So that's the basic idea, and we're going to create little blues licks out of that. The next thing is just to check out real quick where your B flat shell voicings are. We've got one right here, B flat 7 with the 13, and we have a B flat 9 here. So I can kind of like connect them, right? You can already kind of hear some of the blues licks going on there, okay? So if I was playing a blues and I'm going to throw around just some ideas of going between the shell voicings of the actual chords, and then just using those diminished harmonies off of those little blues patterns. Okay, so I might go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's one little example. Let's take a little closer look at some of those ideas of the blues licks. So if I'm playing right off the bat on the major, you know, a great little lick is going, just harmonize that. Or, and that's a great way of just kind of, you know, play a single note lick, and then you can harmonize it, and that gets you some help with just kind of moving those chords around. Okay, so that's how I would kind of do it. Just play a lick, then chord, and you have a lot of great ideas just doing that. And then come up to the minor. So right? Same kind of idea. Right? Some more. Right? So that's the basic idea of just using those and just coming up with ideas, okay? Not too much to explain there. You know a bunch of blues licks, now just harmonize it, right? I'm not going to do all of that. So after that, you know, you just mess around with playing more of those chords and ideas. So I'll do one more chorus, just throwing in some of the intro video stuff of the half steps, the diminished, and then all the blues licks kind of we just played there. So I might go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so steal a few of those ideas, mess around with the kind of the minor and major sounds. All right, the next little group of ideas you can do is starting to kind of take a look at putting those ideas in with your normal single note solos. Okay, so if I was just playing really basic riffs and then just dropping in those little chord fragments. So if I played a little blues, I might go, so that's a little example of just dropping them in. So you can limit yourself to different little areas. So if I was just playing a blues, you know, just riffing in this area, I have all of these kind of more major sound harmonies to work with, as well as all these chords, shell voicings properly. They're all shell voicings, but like the actual chord grips rather than thinking of the blues licks and harmony to work with, right? So if I limit myself here, to give you an example, And you can use that blues outlines as this example. I might go. Again in. Okay, so you can use those little grips to move it back and forth. Now, I would just spend a lot of time working through those, and again, like the best thing you can do is just play a blues lick and then just try working on harmonizing. And then you can start dropping in, when you're playing your single note stuff, the harmonies and the different ideas of kind of call and response. So I'll leave you with one more chorus to mess around with. On this one, I'm going to really try and work on playing a line and then harmonizing that line, and maybe if I can get some comping in, that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, have some fun playing around with those ideas, and I'll see you on the next video lesson. Thank you.